Yeah.
Do you have more success during the day or night game?
Always day game.
Really?
Yep. Nighttime's good as well. Like, it's great for practice ground, but I find that day game is where you meet genuine girls, where there's no competition, there's no other guys doing it. You stand out a mile away. Like, I remember a girl remembering me for 6 months after I approached her. I approached her at Pitt Street Mall, one of the busiest places in Sydney, and I remember bumping into her again around Manly, and in the department store, and she remembered me. She remembered exactly what I was wearing, what I said, the story I told about my cousin, going shopping for my cousin. She remembered what I was doing. I told a story about what I was doing for the rest of the day, you know, and I tried to isolate her at a coffee shop. Didn't work, but she still remembered that. And she goes, I remember you. You approached me 6 months ago. I said, yeah, that's right. I had no idea who this girl was. But you are remembered long term when you approach her in the daytime. And you get a lot more success as well, because there's no competition, no other guys do this, so you are going to stand out. Because that's really it, right? We're all competing. We're competing for attention. Every other guy is your competition, whether you like it or not. Every other guy is in it for himself, trying to get that girl. So you just got to be a cut above the rest. I mean, that's what RJ said to me. He says, you don't have to be the best pickup artist out there. You don't have to have a witty response or a DH-free story or, you know, 1,000 things to say. All you have to do is be better than the other guy. And most guys don't learn this. They don't learn or, you know, build upon these skills. They're not going to be at one of these seminars. They're not going to look at DVDs or, you know, workshops or anything. They can't be bothered. Like, well, these are the cards that I'm dealt with. I can't do anything about that. That's total BS. So you should actually give yourself a round of applause now, because you're here, you made it here, and you're building on yourself. Give yourself a round of applause. So, master your nighttime before you do day game. And the reason I'm saying this is it comes from experience. I've trained a lot of guys. I've trained hundreds of guys, hundreds of workshops. And I've found that if you want to do day game, it's best to master your nighttime before you do day game. Because the reason is a lot of guys are still a little nervous, right? They're still a little hesitant before approaching a girl. They might not have their conversation starters ready. They might not have a few stories memorized. So what happens is they're nervous, but the girls don't notice it because you're in a bar or club. There's loud music. There's a lot of people there. There's alcohol involved. Their friends are there. A lot of distractions, 1,000,001 distractions. A girl is not going to notice that you are nervous or slightly hesitant. If you stutter or stammer, she's not going to notice. In fact, you can probably get away with a lot of things at nighttime, but during the daytime, guess what? There's no loud music. There's no distractions. There's no, you know, celebrities walking in the bar. It's just you and her and awkward silence. So if you are slightly hesitant, if you're slightly nervous, if you don't know what you're going to do or how to keep the conversation going, then she's going to notice during the daytime. Okay, it might not affect your result, but then again it might. So what I'm saying is, master your nighttime. So go out to bars or clubs, practice holding a conversation for 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes. Know how to approach a girl without fear, hesitation, or doubt. And then, once you do that, then do day game. Then transition to day game. Because what a lot of guys do, and it's very sad to hear this, this is a reality. A lot of guys try day game cold. They throw themselves at it. And they approach like 5 women in that one day. And they think, what's going on? I'm not getting the results that Alex gets. These girls aren't falling for me. What's going on? There's something wrong with me. And there's something wrong with day game. They burn out. And they're like, I hate day game. I'm not doing day game again. And they don't do day game. They always hate it. They just keep doing what they've always done, which is go to bars and clubs. They give it one try during the day. If it doesn't work out, they just burn out. They're like, I hate this. So it's good to master your nighttime, go to bars and clubs, to learn and practice, and then transition into day game. Do you guys understand that? Am I going too fast? No? Cool. So, I'm going to give you some conversation starters that you can use right now. By the way, feel free to steal my stash. I'm giving you absolute permission to use my conversation starters, share them around, they will work for you. These are guaranteed to work. I get great reactions. These are the reactions. These are the conversation starters that I've used, and the girls go, "Wow, that's really cool. I'd love to talk about that." And I'm like, "Yes, I'm going to write that one down." Okay, so these actually work. The first one is cafe approaches, and I do a lot of cafe approaches. And the reason why I do cafe approaches is because it's a lot easier than doing a street approach. And the cafes I go to aren't like the small Starbucks cafes or the small cafes where there's no seats, because you only have around 3 minutes to engage her and to isolate her. Because basically she orders a coffee here, then she gets a sugar here, and she gets a cream here, and then she's out of the door, never to be seen again. But if you go to coffee shops where there's seats, she's going to be sitting down there. She's got a laptop open, writing the Great Australian Novel, or she's listening to her iPod, or she's reading a book. And she's got more time there. You've got more time to make her feel relaxed. And a quick tip here, if you're ever approaching girls, when they're sitting down, always kneel down like this. Now when I say kneel, I don't say bend. Don't do this. Okay? Do this. You always make the other person feel comfortable. I started measuring my success when I started doing this compared to when I stood up. I had better interactions and longer interactions when I started kneeling down, squatting down. So, go to cafes where there's busy people. So what you do is you pretend to get off your phone. Yep. Good question.
Tip about groups in the cafe situation.
Group approaches?
They're generally always in a group situation. So are you isolating a target, or are you combining the two?
I wouldn't take it that far with daytime stuff. Because daytime stuff, it's very casual. You know, it's not high octane sarging like you would do in a bar or club. If you guys ever seen any of my videos, it looks like two friends catching up. It looks very low-key, calm. It looks like I know the girl, right? That's how a perfect day game pickup is supposed to look. It's supposed to look like two friends catching up. If it looks awkward, if it looks like you're picking up a girl and your hands are moving like this, and you're doing a little dance, you know, and you're spinning her around, that's not cool. At nighttime, yeah, but during the daytime, not really. It has to look very casual. So you sit down, you have a coffee. It looks like you're chilling out waiting for your friend. Now, group approaches, do that, yeah. Sit down, engage the group, engage the whole group. I've done a couple of those. Usually you'll find girls by themselves or with one friend. They're the best they're the best set you want to start off with. So what you want to do is you want to pretend to get off your phone, and you want to walk over to a girl, and as soon as you see her, walk over and start talking to her. And by the way, this conversation starter works perfectly in bars or clubs, and the reason why I'm saying use it now is it works equally as well during the daytime at a cafe. Get off your phone. Hey, excuse me, sorry, can I ask you a quick question? Do you mind? I can't stay for long. I've got to meet a friend over there, but I just saw you and I don't know, you're a girl and you know a lot about this. I just got a friend, and we're talking about who lies more. Who do you think lie more, out of men or women?
Oh, men.
Men? Okay, you're the man-eater here, okay. Okay, basically, the reason I'm asking is I've got a friend who's dating a girl, and when they go out, you know, she makes out with other girls. Now, a lot of guys, I'm going to say a lot of guys like that, but he doesn't, you know, neither do I. And he gives me a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm like his emotional tampon, and he calls me up and he says, "Alex, what am I doing? I'm dating a girl who kisses other girls. Is that cheating?" And I don't know, I'm not Oprah. I mean, what do you reckon? Now, it's irrelevant what she says. It does not matter, because the first 3 minutes are about you. It's a 90-10 rule, right?
You had your hello. That's fine.
Okay, yeah. That's right, yeah. I'm very good. But basically, the 90% effort from you in the first 3 minutes, then 10% from her. You're not going to get her to, you know, open up immediately and give you heaps of feedback back, right? She's not going to be super conversational. It's going to be 90-10. So the first 3 minutes are about you talking, you just yabbering on. If your mouth's not open in the first 3 minutes, then chances are your chances go down on keeping the set, keeping the girls interested. Okay.
Is that the pace that you go to? Like,
I do, yeah, I do. I'd calm it. I'd maybe slow it down a little bit. On the street, though, you would talk fast, and you got to know exactly what you're going to say, especially on the street.